Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm for Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have in here, it is Shenmue 3. This game it is developed by Net and Naval. So yeah, this game it is using Unreal Engine 4 and it is a very awaited game for all the fans that did enjoy the first Shenmue and Shenmue 2. But a long time had passed since those games and now people are expecting the game to be having a newer gameplay, because Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2, if you are going to replay those games nowadays, unless you are very nostalgic about those games, you are probably not going to enjoy it, because all the gameplay related to it will feel dated. Unfortunately, as it seems, Shenmue 3 follows the same lines on the first and second game, so it probably is more focused for the fans of the original. So for the settings, I'm using the eye settings, and despite it says in here 1080p, I'm actually not playing the game at native 1080p. I'm using a resolution scaling, so I had gone to the files of the game in order to change the internal resolution of the game, and I'm using 84% of resolution scaling, which is pretty much 900p. And so I have done all these changes because there is a massive downgrade when you change graphics from the eye settings to the median, and that's something that I'm going to show in here. So yeah, I'm going to re-put the settings to high, and as you can see with the eye settings, you get ambient occlusion, you get depth of field on during the cutscenes, you get much higher draw distance, you get much better shadows. So you get a lot of stuff that in median are completely cut off, including screen space reflections that are completely cut off on the median settings. So the requirements, these guys ask for 954460, 4 gigs of RAM, and the GTX 650 Ti. So regarding processor, we are below the minimum, but I think that the Phenom II X4 does pretty well in this game. And also the GTX 650 Ti, our graphic card, it is handled quite well. So as you can see, with the very eye settings, and the eye settings are fairly similar with the same performance, average around the 30 frames per second, but 1% lows of 22 and 24. The median settings does perform very well, but like I said to you, it is a massive downgrade comparing to the eye settings. And so that's why I decided to go with 84% of resolution scaling and high settings. And I got a minimum of 28 frames per second and an average above 30. So yeah, even with this resolution scaling, what happens is at some sequences the game does drop from 30 frames per second, but I'm not really very concerned about this, because this game, it is mostly like a drama, an interactive drama mostly, because you're just going to spend most of the time from one time to another, and there are quick time events and stuff like that. So I don't think you really need a high frame rate. And if there are drops here and there from the 30 frames per second, as long as they are as not pronounced as it happens with the eye settings or the very eye, I would say that it is alright. Now about the game itself. I never played Shenmue before. I did test the 1 and the 2 when it was re-releases, and I see that many users, newcomers especially, don't really enjoy Shenmue because they say that it feels dated and all of that. Shenmue 3, for most of the people that I've been reading so far, they say that follows the same lines as the first game and the second, that most of the time the gameplay feels dated, despite the graphics do look pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty much the same gameplay as the first and second game, but that's mostly what people have been saying, so I would wait for an official review from any other YouTube channel, like for example ACS Games, I think it's like that, IGN and GameSpot. So just wait for the reviews before buying, because they are asking a full price for this game on Epic Store. So you need to pay $49.99, and this game will have DLCs. So yeah, if you want to get the full content, you still need to pay an extra $14.99 for the game itself, or either just buy the Deluxe edition and get it for $59.99. So yeah, that's quite unfortunate if you ask me, because it is a lot of money, and probably unless you are very nostalgic and you did enjoy a lot and want to continue the story from the first and second game, probably only the third game makes sense. But Spoiler alerts. It seems that the game it's not going to finish on the third game, so it seems that they want to make a fourth game that continues the history. So probably the third game won't be finishing off the story for the first and second game, which in my opinion it is quite unfortunate. So guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about Shenmue. I'm going to leave with a bit of more gameplay, exploring the first village and returning to the house of the girl, which I did forgot the name, the Shenmue, that's something like that. Returning to her house during the night time, and that's pretty much that. So guys, thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope you to keep enjoying the rest of the video. Goodbye.
To my husband. I see. I was thrilled when my no-good husband fought.
I'm sure we'll find out more about your father.
Thanks. You investigate here, Leo. I'll try another settlement.
Pardon me. There's something I want to ask.
Huh?
Have you seen Mr. Yuan?
Where did you come from, young man?
What?
There's always something interesting coming in from the Lijiang River. I wonder what's going to show up next.
Hey, do you know Mr. Yuan?
The river is always bringing us new faces.
I need to go. Hey.
And who might you be? You're not a face I recognize.
I've got a question. Have you seen Mr. Yuan?
I'm sorry, dear, but could you save that for later? This is no place for idle chit-chat.
I need help with something. Have you seen Mr. Yuan?
Nope. All I care about is martial arts.
Okay then. Hi there.
Aha! Come to apprentice under me, have you?
Oh, nothing.
Fear not, for I am the great Su Zhexiong. I can forge a formidable master out of the most hopeless of pupils. You stand before a Chun Tai Chi master.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Have you seen Mr. Yuan?
Do I look like I'd know anything about that?
Right.
Come by any time if you've got any burning questions about the great Chun Tai Chi.
Will do. Hey there.
Yeah?
That looks great.
Yep. Shenhua tells me that, too.
You know Shenhua?
She's my friend. Is she your friend, too?
Yeah, she is. Say, do you know Mr. Yuan?
Nope.
He's a stonemason.
A stonemason, just like my daddy?
Your dad is a stonemason as well?
Yep.
Can I talk to him?
Uh-huh. He comes home at 7 at night.
He does. Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Pardon me.
Who's there?
May I talk to you for a moment?
What is it?
Oh, hi, mister.
You know this man?
He's my friend, Daddy.
Well, get to it.
I haven't seen Yuan around. If you know anything, I'd... Huh? What happened?
Some thugs I'd never seen before showed up and wrecked my place.
Thugs, huh? Why would they do this?
Beats me. They asked if I was a stonemason, so I said yes. And they just went crazy.
Why stonemasons?
They were definitely looking for something.
What did they look like?
Well, they weren't from around here, that's for sure. There were two of them. One had a shaved head with a tattoo on it. Don't tell me. They went to Yuan's place too?
I don't know. Yuan was in the quarry when he disappeared.
You're kidding. Those thugs might have something to do with that too.
Maybe. I'll be sure to tell Shenhua.
Bye-bye, mister. Bye.
It's gotten so dark. Maybe I should head back to Shenhua's house. I won't be worth anything if I don't eat. It's closed.
Have you learned anything new, y'all?
Not about your father, no.
I see.
It seems that the thugs invaded Mr. Zhou's home, though.
Joe, you mean Ling's house? They must have my father then.
We shouldn't jump to conclusions.